Well, for the Northeast, I think that is what we need to curtail. And I know that with the present stance of the Chief of Army Staff, for instance, bringing out the 100 list of wanted people. I know also the Defense Intelligence is all out hunting for this other group also, the ones that are not in that list. I know the SSS is also out doing the same. So I believe that this will preempt future reoccurrence of this same group, because we never did that during the 83-84 Metasini riot. If we had brought out their own list, I'm sure this time around we wouldn't have had this.
Quickly, in that list, I'm interested on this list. We haven't done anything fantastic about that list. How much do we know about those people on that list, the faces? Once they were published, did we continue with such publication over and over again? And the intelligence arm of our force, are they keeping a tab of movements of some of these people?
Yes, I can conveniently tell you that they are up and doing. Don't forget that most of these people came from locations or localities that are well known to other people. For instance, the civilian JTF, they are the main force picking these people for the entire security agencies today. Right now, as I'm talking, they are all over the country picking them on daily basis.
The civilian JTF?
Yes. They go, they pick them, and the security agencies, they hand them over to them.
Do they also work with what?
They work with the police. They work with the police. They work with the DSS. They work with the Defense Intelligence Agency. They work with the Army Intelligence. And every day they pick most of these people.
You know, all of this will amount to naught if we still can't say anything about our girls. It's 2 years down the line, and the Chibok girls is one sore point in this war.
Yeah, sincerely speaking, I feel bad when I hear about the Chibok girls, because when you imagine 14th, 15th April 2014, and till date, we keep on telling stories. It tells on what stuff the society is made of. The truth is that from the 14th to 15th of April, when these girls were picked into Sambisa, between Chibok and the Damboa Goza Road, it took them over 2 days because of mechanical faults on their trucks. Yet, there was no rescue. They moved from there, went right into the Sambisa, went to Guniri, where they took those pictures of the first video clips in the primary school there. And when there was this news about...
Oh, so now we know where the picture was taken.
Yeah, it was in Guniri primary school, right in Bama, less than 6 kilometers from Bama town. When this thing happened, and there was news about, America, British, and all that coming to intervene, they moved them into separate areas. They sent some of them to Yamtake, they sent some to Boshe, they sent some to Sama, they sent some to Uye, and then Dafada. And then when everything calmed down, there was no stories again. These girls were again moved to Bita. Bita is in Boza. And they were there in the district head's house for over 6 months. And when there was this Bring Back Our Girls campaign, and they made the then chief of defense staff, he said, yes, we know where the girls are. Just give us time, we'll sort ourselves out. I thought that was the best opportunity we had to get these girls out of the city, because we could see them, we had monitored them. They go out on daily basis, 9 o'clock, they go to across the road to the neem tree, sit there, recite the Quran till 4, 5, and they go back into the same district head or house. And for good 6 months plus, these girls were there. And at the end of the day, nothing happened.
So what was your reaction when you heard the president say we have no credible intelligence of where the girls are?
Yes, don't forget that the president came into power when the military started an operation to actually clean up the Sambisa. And within that same period, the girls were moved. They were moved to so many localities or locations. I know they were kept for a period at their Gonikurumi headquarters, which happens to be the original headquarters of the Boko Haram, which is about 15 kilometers from Bama. And
Where is that? Is it in
yeah,
Nigeria?
in Bama local government, just about 12 kilometers or so, 15 kilometers from Bama town. And they were there for quite some time. And when the move started, they were relocated again from that place right deep into the Sambisa. And the problem we face is that...
Is that what we talked about, Camp Zaru or something?
Well, that is the assumed location of these girls. And a lot of activities take place in this particular point. But the problem is that even if these girls are in Camp Zero, how do we assess them? It's in the thick of the forest, where there are no roads. It's only a cattle route that passes through that area. Every other thing in that place is not within reach of motorized or foot or whatever. And don't forget that Boko Haram has these tactics of really planting mines, IEDs, 200-300 meters from their main localities that makes it practically impossible for you to venture into such areas. And as many of you talk about, say you want, say, airborne rescue, do we have the facilities? I remembered vividly that some of us were excited and said, look, this job could be done. Send the Navy SEALs, that's the Navy Special Forces. But here I know that we're in a society where a lot of things happen here and there before you talk of getting an actual job done.
But I thought we raided Sambisa Forest.
Sambisa, where we have crossed, or where we have crossed so far, is not up to, do I say half of the entire landmark. But it is not the entire land space that we're talking about. We're talking about the areas that are important and vital to Boko Haram.
It's a new year.
Yes.
What do you expect from the troops, and what do you expect from the government?
Yeah, I expect the government to really up the funding of the military, procure the necessary equipment. We should stop relying on third parties for our intelligence networking. If the necessary equipment is available to the Defense Intelligence Agency, whose primary role is to exactly do this, I think we'll not be talking about we cannot reach these girls, we cannot get this. They need them. The military still needs equipment. And I am positive that with the way the Chief of Army Staff is going about the present trend, I don't think we'll stay too long before getting the desired results. I am very, very positive about that.
Do you think the girls are still alive?
Yes, I'm 100% sure the girls are alive, but I cannot sincerely tell you that the entire figure being branded of 200, 160, or whatever.
Is the actual figure?
And that is the figure we'll be able to get at the end of the day.
How many?
Again, that depends on the mode of operation that eventually is carried out.
How many do you think is the actual figure?
It's difficult for me to say because about 2-3 weeks ago, there was a hint that about 160 of them, 150 were alive in a bunker somewhere there. We only hope that in the period of operation, these people could come out intact. But it's a difficult thing when you talk about staying out of your environment after covering the entire Sambisa, moving from one point to the other, and then now be caged, and then you're talking of military operations. You know, when you fire, you can't guarantee where or whom it lands on. So I believe that we must be ready, either negotiate or ask for a serious military operation. But again, in every operation, you are bound to have casualties.
Yeah. Well, Fred, that's where we'll have to end it today. Thank you very much indeed for coming on. Captain Sunday Adoba is a retired military officer. Well, we encourage you to also keep your comments coming through. Yeah, really had to go. But that's it today. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
Well, thank you so much. I'm Maokwe Ogun.
Many thanks. I'm Sulaiman. Later. See you again.